Hello and welcome to the Autodromo Internacional de Curitiba, where we have the Brazilian Grand Prix 2025. First time F1 has come here since 2023. That race was held at the old Rio circuit, which was rebuilt for the Grand Prix. Another circuit that's been rebuilt especially for this Grand Prix today. Of course, this circuit was shut a few years ago, but now has been rebuilt and reopened. It actually wasn't completely destroyed, only destroyed part of it. I think it was the first corner, the first section that they destroyed. But they've rebuilt that and they've brought it back here today for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we were meant to have a sprint race this weekend, but that all got cancelled due to time constraints. So instead, we just have the Grand Prix. So it's the normal 25 plus 2 points for like pole position and fastest lap, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's go through your grid then. And at the back, it's Teo Chair with Bortoleto, his teammate, down in 20th place. It's a big, sorry about that, a big surprise to see the two Saubers that far back, considering how well they did last week. Of course, Pourchaire was third in the sprint race, and Zane Maloney won the Grand Prix. Maloney's not racing this weekend, as Sauber wanted to give, well, no, it was a bit of both. It was Sauber wanted to give Bortoleto his home race, as well as Maloney had to prepare for the opening round of the Formula E season in a few weeks' time. So that's kind of why that happened. The reason that Drogovic, who's also racing in that Formula E race, is racing this weekend is because his team, Andretti, let him race his home Grand Prix. Or if it wasn't for that, then I feel like someone else would have taken the seat. Anyway, Sainz, again, another disappointing qualifying from him. He's down in 19th place, doing an 18th place. His championship now is officially over, I'm pretty sure. 17th is this weekend's wildcard driver. It's the Ferrari driver of Rafael Camara. And then we've got Felipe Drogovic, of course, like I just mentioned, in 16th place. The man who won the sprint and almost won the Grand Prix, ended up second place last week. Ocon all the way down in 15th place. That's a huge surprise for the Frenchman. Then we've got Kimi Antonelli in 14th place, Behrman in 13th place, another championship contender, qualifying poorly. Albon 12th, Lawson 11th, Vesti 10th, Russell 9th, Piastri 8th, and Norris 7th. These three are all, of course, in the championship fight as well, more being Norris and Russell, though. Then we've got Hamilton in 6th, Gasly 5th. Actually, I didn't even notice this last week, so I didn't actually mention it. He's still in the championship fight, Pierre Gasly. He is only 43 points off, so mathematically he's still in it, but I'm pretty sure doing mathematically he is still in it, but it'd take a lot. He is technically in the championship fight. And then we've got Verstappen 4th, Tsunoda the highest of the championship contenders in 3rd place. Then we have Lance Stroll in 2nd place, a very impressive qualifying from him. And then Charles Leclerc on pole, of course. Can he do it and win his first race of the season? Ferrari are yet to win, of course, this year. So can they end up managing it? Who knows? We will see what happens. The formation lap will get underway shortly. It's a very short lap and a very, well, it's a short lap and a short lap time. Of course, it's a very fast circuit, a lot of straights. So yeah, this race should be done pretty quickly, but we will see what happens. Anyway, the formation lap now is underway. So we will, no, didn't mean to press that. We will get some track facts while they go through the formation lap. So it is broke ground in 1965 and opened in 1967, and it closed. Oh, let me turn the that off a second. Yeah, it closed on the 12th of January 2022, 3 years ago. But now, of course, it has reopened to this one-off race. Major events: TCR South America in 2021, Stock Car Brazil from 1980 to 2018, and then from in 2020 and 2021. Copper Truck 2018, 2020, and 2021. GT Sprint Race. Which one actually is? What's GT Sprint Race? Is that? No, that's NASCAR Brazil. 2012 to 2018 and 2020 to 2021. Stock Car Corrida do Milhão in 2017. Not got a clue what that is. But yeah, Formula 3 Brazil from 2014 to 17. Formula Truck 1996, 98 to 2003, then 05 to 16. F3 Sudamericana, sorry, basically Formula 3 South America, 1989, 92, 96, 2002 to 2010, then 2012 and 2013. Campeonato Sudamericano de GT from 2007 to 2013, the World Touring Car Cup Race of Brazil from 2006 to 2012, AutoGP came here in 2012, TC 2000, 2005 to 2006, no, the series is called TC 2000 and it came here in 2005 and 2006, then we've got the World Series by Nissan in 2002, Mil Milas Brazil in 1999, and then the SASTC 1997 to 1998, that is the South American Super Touring Car Championship, which doesn't even exist anymore. What was that other thing then? Let me have a look at it, because there was another series I didn't recognise. World Series by Nissan, Renault Sport Series, that of course also no longer exists. So yeah, they're going on the final corner now. and they should be. We're going around turn 12, and then we will get going for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Next year, we'll be racing at a brand new track. I can't remember what it's called, though, because it's one that's being built. So, actually, it's a third time in a row that they're not going to a circuit that doesn't actually exist. But, yeah, this will be a good one then. A very long straight is the whole length of the track. Pit lane could be an issue for this race, just like we had last week. Unfortunately, it's nothing I can really do, or we can really do. Anyway, the cars are on the grid. That was a bit of a weird jump. I do have a cold, by the way, so if I commentate a bit differently to normal, that is why I woke up with it, which is brilliant. But anyway, the 5 lights will, the 1 light will light up, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a horrible shot, I think, from start from from Charles Leclerc. Whoops. As Lance Stroll will get the lead into turn 1, I think. Verstappen, them out of nowhere. Leclerc goes deep, and Leclerc goes off into turn 1. It's the worst possible start from the Monegasque, trying to get his first win of the season. There's a tyre in the middle of the track. Where on earth has that come from? But it's the best possible start from Max Verstappen, who leads the Brazilian Grand Prix. He's done so well in this country before, and now he's winning. Stroll in second. Who's that in third? Is it Leclerc? No, Leclerc's in 4th place. It's Lewis Hamilton in 3rd place as Leclerc kicks up some grass. Snowder 5th. And who's that? Is that Lando Norris? No, it's Oscar Piastri in 6th place. That's a good start from the Australian. Where's Norris got to? Vesti 7th place. Where is Lando Norris? Gasly in 8th. Where's Lando Norris? He's just there. Okay, so he hasn't had the best of starts. He's behind George Russell as we go on board with Lando Norris. How's he doing? Oh, great. Cut off. Yep, brilliant. That was really helpful. Is Norris going slowly, is he? What's happened to Norris? Norris is going into the pits, and Norris has gone straight on in the pit lane, and that's drama here in Brazil. And the champion, he's got no front wing. That's why he had to pit. That must have happened when the camera cut, because Norris has gone off and he got no front wing, and he goes wide again. And I said there'll be issues with the pit lane. We saw this in qualifying with people just outbreaking themselves coming into the pits. There must be a bump or something. I don't know why else they'd be doing that, but Norris, what on earth has happened to him? But it's now Lance Stroll who leads second. Hamilton. Verstappen's got down to 3rd place. I probably should have watched the first corner instead of watching Lando Norris. But that is huge for the championship, and that is best case scenario for George Russell as Leclerc goes off, and Leclerc's start goes from bad to worse. We'll watch a replay of the start in a second. But what on earth is going on? Verstappen in 3rd. Stroll's winning this race currently. And absolute madness. George Russell in 9th place. So as it stands, he's still only 13 points behind. So he needs to do something, and George Russell, of course, had issues last week in Argentina, and now it's the turn of Lando Norris to have issues. There's Oliver Behrman in 12th place as well. He's not too far off anyone, and as Norris come out of the pits, we just saw him come out of the pit, so he is not a lap down, which is the most important thing that he would have wanted, and that was to not be a lap down, of course. Points of it stands 143. This is not including this race. 143 for Norris, 130 for George Russell, 113 for Behrman, Snowder 107, Piastri 107, and Gasly 100, and Doohan 94. That's your driver that's still mathematically in the title fight. Yeah, you can hear me a bit bunged up. My cold. It's not nice. There's someone kicking up grass further back. How far back is Lando Norris? He's about to go through the final corner now. So he is very close to being a lap down. Lewis Hamilton currently leads this race, by the way. So Stroll took the lead, dropped off at some point. But Lando Norris, he already had a poor start, clearly. If he was as far back as he was, starting from 7th. I think he was 12th when he went off. But absolute madness, as I've already said before. Charles Leclerc down to 9th as well. That's an awful start from the Monegasque. Anyway, let's watch on board of his start then. He just outbrakes himself. Oh, yeah, a poor start. He's rolling backwards, kind of. And then goes absolutely nowhere at the start. Stroll overtakes him. Verstappen overtakes him. And Leclerc just outbrakes himself completely. Thankfully, there's a runoff area. And you can go through the gravel onto the grass. And end up down in 4th place. So, but Lando Norris also, as we know, went off. And what happened to the championship leader? Who did he run into the back of? It would have been just after this, because we saw him with a front wing going around this corner. Then we went to go on board of him to see why he was so far back, and it just didn't cut. It cut off, and he went into the back of. Is that Oliver Behrman? or Ocon. It's Oliver Behrman, so the two championship rivals it's come together, and that is drama. And then Norris, just, I don't know why they're doing that this weekend, but they are. Don't ask. We need to go back a bit. I think I'm almost live. I think I'm going to see into the future, do we? And there we go. So who is at lead? It's Lance Stroll from Oscar Piastri. So it's the second McLaren driver who does need a good result to maintain any sort of championship hopes. Currently on 107 points. He needs a good result here today. Does the Australian, or I think he can wave the championship goodbye. The gap needs to be, okay, let's try and talk properly. 52 points is the gap. If you're more than 52 points behind the championship leader at the end of this race, you're eliminated from contention. There's no more sprint races. Of course, the New Zealand sprint was cancelled about 2 months ago. So, as Piastri takes the lead, he needs that. He needs a win here. It won't take him into the championship lead. It'll take him very close to it. Very close indeed. With 2 races to go in New Zealand and Australia. Of course, F1's first time at New Zealand. And thankfully, we've got a home driver on the circuit, being Liam Lawson, so he will want to be impressing his home crowd. As Rafa Kamara in 16th place, the wildcard driver this weekend, not doing too badly. Then Drugovic in 18th, and I think Bortoletto's near the back as well. He is right at the back. Bortoletto, it's been a huge disappointing season for him when he has replaced, apart from that pole in Australia in the opening round of the season, he has been poor when he's been replacing people. And it is a huge shame, because he is one of the favourites to replace Maloney if he does end up leaving, or even Pourchaire. Anyway, Stroll, is he going to go around the outside into turn 1? He is. That would be a brave move if he makes it work, and he does, and Stroll back into the lead of this race. I still don't get where the speeds come from Lance Stroll. It's been a very impressive weekend for the Canadian. As they go through turn 4. The long hairpin. Is it really? Yeah, it is a hairpin, obviously. If we then turn 6, 7, 8, and 9. Not really sure how this bit is 3 corners, but apparently it is. Then we've got 10 and 11. And then the final corner of turn 12. I mean, just like last week, the pit stop sequence will be very messy, I think. As we're already on lap 7, this race is going to fly by. Won't be any 2023 Italian Grand Prix length, but it'll be a lot quicker than, say, this year's Chinese Grand Prix, which actually reached the 2-hour limit. As the contact then to Boff and Leclerc. Leclerc hit the tyre barriers. And that could be him out of the race. Or is he still going? Contact with Pierre Gasly, he's still going. I think the tyre barriers just move out of the way, which is good for the monogas driver. Oh my god, I should not be commentating today, but I've got a job to do. So yeah, Leclerc down in 8th place, the pole sitter. He needs this win just to like have some sort of positive this year, as I thought for Snowder. He was going to drive right into the back of Lewis Hamilton there, but thankfully doesn't. Should we pop some driver tags on? Just make it easier, I guess. But then again, behind those block stuff. We'll see how it goes. We'll do a lap trial. Okay, it doesn't even show it here. Great. As they go towards turn 1, is Stroll going to take the lead? Here we go. Rounding outside. Is he going to do it? He is going to do it. And Lance Stroll back into lead this race for not sure how many times he's led this race so far. It's Leclerc in front of Pierre Gasly now. Jack Doohan as well. He started right at the back. He's up to 11th place, which is really good for him. And I'm already not liking this as Hamilton gets past Oscar Piastri. I just couldn't see any of the cars in the braking zone there. But Hamilton up to 2nd place. There was some grass kicked up there, I think. As Verstappen with a lunge on Antonelli. Russell as well making some gains. Antonelli in 4th place. He won 2 weeks ago at the US Grand Prix. And he's trying again to win for the 2nd time in his career, though. Down to 5th place now, though, because Verstappen's got past. And also, because of my call, of course, I'm going to have to take some more regular breaks. I can only apologise for that. But, not too badly. As Piastri tries to send it and get... Oh no, it's Verstappen on Piastri, sorry. The two Mercedes going at it as well. We're on lap 10, so I'm going to go for a quick break and I'll see you afterwards. Hello and welcome back to Curitiba, where it's Lewis Hamilton back and leading this race. There's a bit of contact there between Piastri and Verstappen. It's the Dutchman in third place. Won already this season at Bulgaria. Trying to do it for the second time. Not in championship contention for the third year in a row. It's been really disappointing since that 2022 season. But the two-time world champion, who showed so much promise, but that Red Bull car has just not been it in the last few years. Has won races. I mean, he didn't win for the whole of the 2023 season. And Red Bull didn't actually win for that whole year, actually. Sister team did though in AlphaTauri. De Vries won in that really messy Alton Park race. Then Tsunoda won at the, what was it? What was it? It was... Can't think. Spanish Grand Prix, there we go. The one that got shortened due to lighting issues. And then Red Bull 2024, Liam Lawson won as Charles Leclerc. What a lunge that is on, I think, Antonelli. Yeah, it is Antonelli. A huge lunge from the Monegasque up to trying to get up to 5th place. And round the outside through the hairpin of turn 4. That's a brilliant move from Charles Leclerc. And the pole sitter, who dropped down to 9th at one point, is doing really well to try and catch back up to the lead. After, of course, going straight on at turn 1 and just dropping down a few more positions as well. As Lando Norris is doing very well to catch up as well. Going through turn 1 at the moment, so he's gained a lot of time on these new tyres. Anyway, as I was saying, Red Bull 2024 won the Japanese Grand Prix of Liam Lawson when he was replacing Nick De Vries for that race. And then, what else happened? Trying to think. Who? They won at the... Oh yeah, they won 2 races in a row, didn't they? They won the French Grand... No, was it the French Grand... No, they won a Le Mans Grand Prix. And then the Italian Grand Prix. Both with Verstappen, who ended his long drought of race wins. And then... Don't think they won again that year. No, they didn't. But... 2025, of course, they've won twice this year at the Bulgarian Grand Prix. The Belgian Grand Prix is Leclerc, who is into the back of Lance Stroll. And almost spins the car around. Still going, though. And as someone kicks up grass, I think that could have been Lance Stroll. As Leclerc round the outside through the Canadian. Is he going to get 2 into 2 corners? That's a brilliant move from Charles Leclerc. How has he pulled that off? He's up to 4th place now, yeah. past Cantonelli as well, and that's a huge move from Leclerc if he wants to try and win this race. And next up, George Russell. He's going to put a huge fight on, because this is for his championship. 15 points. This will put him into the championship lead as it stands. But Antonelli's going to fight back round the outside. Is he going to make it work? He'll have the inside line for 2. Not the inside line for 3, though. He's almost spun round by Leclerc, who gets onto the curb, I think. I think it was the Italian that got on the curb, not the Monegas. But, oh, a huge over there from Piastri as well in the background, trying to defend from Jack Doohan in the Alpine. No, it's Pierre Gasly, sorry. I thought it was number 7, but it's number 10. In now 7th position, Pierre Gasly getting past the Australian through turn 4. Some huge moves being made though. Apologies for the coughing. Anyways. Of course, the grid is very much not sorted for next year. We've got a lot of drivers wanting seats. We've got Colapinto, Bortoleto, Isaac Hadjar. That's 3 seats. We already know that Hamilton's possibly leaving at the end of the year. The race leader currently, Verstappen goes round the outside on him. We're not focusing on this battle because I don't know how to run a race properly. Has Vessi had issues as well by any chance? No, he's just right at the back. But it's Verstappen now, he takes the lead from Lewis Hamilton. I was just about to say, his seat is under risk from Oliver Behrman in the Haas car to get promoted to Ferrari. And then we also have, who else is there? And there's a Haas seat available. There's a 2 Cadillacs, which already looks like it's going to Drogovic and Vesti. But we'll have to see what happens. There is a wobble there from Leclerc as well, going through turn 9. Or 8, whatever you want to call it. There we go. That's getting past George Russell, and that's Leclerc into third. Wait, he was already in third place. Ignore me. What was I trying to say? It's about next season, aren't I? Yeah, then Sauber as well, going to Audi. They've got Gabriel Bortoleto wanting a seat, possibly Pourchaire leaving us at the end of the year, which is a huge shame. But I just don't really see him doing anything elsewhere, apart from endurance racing, which has already had a few offs for 2 racing endurance. Of course, he's been in the European Le Mans Series, and then confirmed next year in WEC, so we'll see what happens there. Vesti is the only one that hasn't been confirmed anywhere, because Drogovic is confirmed in Formula E next year. And then no, not Vesti, I just said him. It is, who is it? I'm trying to think. Of course, Red Bull, we don't know what's going to happen with them yet either. Tsunoda, I assume, would keep his seat. But we'll have to see what happens. And oh, there's a contact there. I'm sure I just heard contact. What happened there? Was it these two? Someone went off there. You could hear the front. You heard the damage. Oh, it was Kimi out. The 2 Mercedes just came together. And who's that? It's Russell spun round. George Russell's round. And that's another championship contender off this race. And it's his teammate that's taking him out. As he almost hits out Oliver Behrman. What on earth is happening here? Russell's been sent down to 12th. He's almost been taken out again by Oliver Behrman. But Kimi Antonelli is not helping his teammate out here. He's just spun him round. And George Russell down to 12th place. I thought I heard contact. Goodness me. I should not shout that much of a cold. Absolute drama. I say absolute drama way too much. I probably should stop saying that, but oh well. George Russell though, Stroll's down to 10th by the way, so a big drop off for the Canadian. And then Russell just behind in 11th, Behrman 12th place, and that's good for Lando Norris. Especially the way he's catching up to the rest of the field. But it's Charles Leclerc who currently leads it on lap 19 of 83. There we go, I'm adding my coughing fit, that's nice and over now. So, still Leclerc who leads a Ferrari 1-2. The Brazilian citizen of Lewis Hamilton in 2nd place. And who else is in this? What else we got this weekend? Of course, this is the last event of the weekend in terms of racing action. We've had a lot of stuff on this weekend. Junior GP ended their season. Super Formula, F1 Academy at Vegas ended their season. Porsche Endurance Brazil ended their season. A lot of seasons being ended. Of course, WRC next weekend and F2 as well in Qatar. Formula Trophy in Dubai, and then of course Supercars end their season off as well. And then we've got the Australian Grand Prix for World Supercross, and I think that's it. And then Formula E starts at Sao Paulo the weekend we race in Highlands. That's where, of course, Maloney and Drogovic won't be racing that weekend. And then we also have F2 ending off in Abu Dhabi. And the Snowball Derby, the annual late model race in the Floridian city of Pensacola. And that's it really, apart from the Golf 12 Hours, Asian Le Mans Series at Sepang. That is really it. Well, and then we've got the City Super Night that weekend, and Supercross World Championship have their South African Grand Prix. I've got to mention the Swedish Grand Prix in the week of the Highlands race as well. And then that's it for this year really. Not really much else on. Not really much else on at all. And then we've got, of course, Dakar to start the year off. But still 401-2. The race is starting to calm down a little bit. The Ferrari is leading Max Verstappen in third place. How is our... the Brazilians aren't doing great. How is our second place in the championship doing after his spin? Still in 11th place. No one really doing any overtaking. He's actually got quite a gap to Lance Stroll. But Charles Leclerc dominating this race as someone could have grasped further back. And Hamilton's all over the back of his teammate. Neither have won a race this year. Both want to. And what could be Hamilton's final Brazilian Grand Prix if he doesn't stay on for another year? Now we're going to see a move potentially through turn 8. Not quite. The top three are very close to each other, with Kimi Antonelli in 4th place watching on in case anyone goes off. He can be wanting to end the season on a high and trying to get the win today. Of course, have got the people further back. Norris, you never know. He could end up doing quite well. We have seen people pit on the opening lap and doing quite well, but I mean, they don't normally spin coming into the pit lane, do they? We should see pit stops in around lap 40, so we're still just after lap 40. So we are still quite a way off that. You can see the tyres that Leclerc moved around when he got hit by Gasly at the chicane earlier on. They've got a replay of that. Still no moves though. I think I'll go for a quick break and I'll see you afterwards. Hello and welcome back to Curitiba and Hamilton. I thought we were going to make a move down the inside there. These three are, I would say, going after each other, but they're kind of just in a bit of a train at the moment. Not really seeing the overtakes we were seeing early on in this race. Everyone is kind of just calming down a bit, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. All Verstappen, go on, Max. Make a move. He is going to see a move. Finally a change in position. And Verstappen in P2. Is Hamilton going to fight back there around the outside through turn 5? Yes, he is. And never mind, it's still back to Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen. I got a bit excited then. But that little battle does mean that Antonelli's caught up a bit, which is nice. Ignore how I said battle earlier, like 5 seconds ago. Sounded like Blemmin Rylan. Anyway, 25 out of 83. I've done it again. 83. It's got a T in it, for goodness sake. Because I talk too fast. I'm like a horse commentator. Did I just do it again? Commentator. Commentator. There we go. Honestly. Are we going to see another move? I think Verstappen is a bit too far back at the moment. Yeah, this race is getting boring. I mean, once the pit stops happen, it might not be as boring, but the pit stops won't happen for a while because everyone starts on hard, and then it's just a shame how predictable these races have become. Like, someone go off strategy, do a bit of difference. I don't know. Anyway, not really much to talk about now. Let's have a look at the Supercars Championship finale. How are the points looking for that? I'm pretty sure it's like playoffs though, so it'll just be like winner takes it all, I'm guessing. But there's 3 races instead of 1 for NASCAR, so you never know. So it's in standings. So we got Brock Feeney, Chaz Mostert, Will Brown, and Kai Allen. Currently, Brock Feeney's the one that leads it, so we could see any of those 4 racing for Aston Martin at Sydney in the closing round of the championship. Is Norris doing like well, catching up to the back of the field? He's not too far off now. Doing very well, showing why he's the championship leader and the reigning world champion, of course. Yeah, 50 points there is the gap between Kai Allen and Brock Feeney. So, never know. Of course, Chaz Mostert won both races at Surfers Paradise, and then the first race at Sandown before Feeney won the second race at Sandown. So, as it said, it is really all to play for. Kai Allen hasn't won a race all season yet, still in the championship 4. And then Will Brown has only won twice, once in Melbourne and once at Queensland. The other 2, I mean, Brock Feeney has been unbelievable this year. He's won a race every single race, or every single race weekend, apart from Sydney and Taupo. So, oh, and the endurance, but that's not really count. It's a bit different. Oh, and Surfers Paradise, of course. But like, 1 win at Melbourne. I'm surprised Cam Waters didn't do well to win this after that dominant weekend he had at Sydney. He hasn't won a race since, unfortunately for him. But, yeah, Brock Feeney, 1 win at Melbourne, 2 at Symmons Plains, 2 at Perth, 3 at Hidden Valley, 2 at Townsville, 2 at Queensland, and then, of course, 1 at Sandown. Still, these top 3, though, not really doing much. They're saying 1 minute bang on lap time. 1 minute .86 was the last lap from Leclerc. And half an hour into this race now. And nothing is really happening. As I said, it's kind of just dying down a bit. Don't really want to go on a break, though. There has been, of course, next season calendar. the brand new news speculating is that there might be like 7 races cancelled. Of that, finally a move for the lead. Hamilton dived down inside on Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton now leads. But as they go round turn 3, is Leclerc going to keep it in round the outside? He's not, and now Leclerc's going to be taken by Verstappen, is he? Yes, he is. He goes onto the grass a little bit, onto the curb, and now Verstappen's going to try and go down the inside into second place. Leclerc will fight back round the outside, and I think he'll get it done. He will, and Leclerc's into second place. But Lewis Hamilton now is your race leader. Finally got some racing action here at Curitiba. But is Leclerc immediately going to be on the back of his teammate? I think he might be. Don't take each other out, boys. But Leclerc wants that race win. Lewis Hamilton wants the race win. He hasn't won since the French Grand Prix 2 years ago. In that race, it was only just shortened by a few laps because of time constraints and a lot of safety cars. But Leclerc's done it. Down the inside through the final corner. And he leads the Brazilian Grand Prix yet again. Of course, the Ferraris came together when it was Sebastian Vettel in the other seat, when F1 came into Sao Paulo in Brazil all those years ago in 2019. But Leclerc versus Hamilton into turn 1, and I think Hamilton will have the lead again. And this is what we wanted. This is what I wanted to see. The two Ferraris battling each other, Verstappen watching in case they crash into each other, and Antonelli now has caught up to this battle. Leclerc has the inside line, but Hamilton will try and find it, and Hamilton does stay in the lead as Antonelli gets past Verstappen, but it's not going to be much long because he goes onto the grass, but he still keeps the position, and Antonelli's now up to third place, with Tsunoda trying to get past the Dutchman as well. The two Red Bulls going at it, and I think he'll let him by, and he does, because Tsunoda's in the championship fight, of course. Is that actually what he done? I don't know. He might not have let him by. But it is the 4th place for Tsunoda. To go through the final corner once more. The start lap 32. And it's Lewis Hamilton now in the lead of the race. I was trying to say we could see some races cancelled next year. The ones being brought up is the Chinese Grand Prix at Zhejiang, the Czechia Grand Prix at Most. What else got mentioned? I think it was the Turkish Grand Prix at Antalya, or was it Helsinki? I can't remember. Also, the Brazilian Grand Prix was mentioned, the Mexican Grand Prix was mentioned, Indonesian Grand Prix, Kuwait Grand Prix. We'll see what happens. But yeah, 27 races is a very big calendar, so we'll have to see what happens. But you never know. Things might all be okay. But Leclerc is back into the lead of the race while I was reading that out. And where's Hamilton gone? Down to 3rd place. But Leclerc back into the lead. Tsunoda up to 2nd place now. Hamilton 3rd. Where's Antonelli gone? Down to 5th place. How's Russell doing after being spun out earlier on? He is up to 10th place. Someone gone off from the top group? No. I'm sure. I mean, someone was up there, obviously, but not anymore. It's Kamara. While the two main Ferrari drivers are 1st and 2nd, we've got Rafa Kamara, the F3 world champion, down near the back. It's now Tsunoda trying to get past Lewis Hamilton, and Tsunoda into 2nd place now, and that's good for him and his championship. Of course, he won't be able to take the lead of the championship after this race, but he can definitely be a lot closer. It's Kamara on the 17th place. There's a big gap between Pourchaire and Lawson. How on earth has that happened? That's strange, but we got 2 Saubers, Vesti, and Drugovich and I was going to say Kamara. And now Norris almost catching up to that pack as well. There we go, that's what I needed. Nice cough. But yeah, I've got the rest of the pack here. Ocon quite far back as well from this pack. As Leclerc was a little bit wide there through 1. And that'll put him off through 2 and 3. Now Tsunoda in 2nd place. Oh, I'm having a cold. Oh, Leclerc goes wide and onto the grass, and that's not good for him. He almost takes his teammate out. Verstappen in 3rd as well, almost hitting him. Leclerc's gone off though, and Antonelli I think will get past as well, maybe into turn 10. Will he? We'll have to see. He dug Leclerc onto the grass again, and not just Antonelli, George Russell will also get past him. Not George Russell, Verstappen. So Leclerc goes from the lead to 5th place after going wide through turn 9. Or turn 8, actually, it would be. That weird three-cornered corner. As all Hamilton all at the back of Snowden. I think they made contact there, going through turn 1. And who's going to take the lead? It will be Lewis Hamilton into the lead of this race. As we are on lap 35, we could see pit stops in the next few laps. As will Leclerc go for it? Don't think so. Are we going to see Tsunoda try and take the lead of the race, get that second win of the season, and try and reignite his championship charge that you got to put into after that win at Belgium? And he'll go around the outside, and Tsunoda will take the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix, lap 36 of 83, and it's a Japanese driver who wins in Brazil. And oh, a spin there for Antonelli, going wide through turn 3, and that's the second Mercedes driver to spin round. And what happened to the Italian there? Was there contact with Charles Leclerc? There might have been. Hopefully he can get back onto the track okay. But that is not good for the Italian. He's still there. Now getting back on the track. What happened to him there? Of course he spun round. That is not what you want to see. He's just... What on earth happened there? He was in front of Leclerc. There wasn't contact or anything. He just lost the car. Just lost it on the curb. That's a very strange off from Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Of course, we saw him go off quite a bit on the race that he won 2 weeks ago in Mid-Ohio. He spun last week in Argentina, which brought out the safety car. And it's another spin here in Curitiba for the rookie, making another rookie mistake. As we've gone, Leclerc, are we going to see a move for the lead? We are going to see a move for the lead from Charles Leclerc, who takes it into turn 1. As we go back live, who's second and who's third? It's a Hamilton from Tsunoda. So we're back to a Ferrari 1-2. Now it's a Mercedes 3 and 4. It's another spinner, unfortunately, for Kimi Antonelli. Quite far back there. There he is, going through to 4. Huge shame for the Italian. 19 years of age. Another teenager who wins in Formula 1 to be added to the books. And Hamilton now down inside. No, not going to work out. I am going to go for another quick break because I feel like this pit sequence will be decent. So I'm going to go fill my drink bottle up because I'm very thirsty. The throat is not doing well for me. So I'll see you afterwards. Hello and welcome back to Curitiba, and while I've been gone, Leclerc has been overtaken by Hamilton and now down to second place, as Piastri as well has got past one of the Red Bulls. Not sure if it's Verstappen and Piastri that have both gotten past Yuki Tsunoda, or if it's Tsunoda in third place and Piastri got past just Verstappen. Is that George Russell? Oh, the crash there! The Ferraris have come together, and someone's lost his front wing. That's Yuki Tsunoda. I know it's Verstappen. But Hamilton's getting spun round, and I think the Ferraris came together there, going through the final corner. Out of the pits comes one of the Saubers. I think that's Gabriel Bortoleto. Drama going round the final corner, though. And it's not what you want to see if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, or in fact a Ferrari fan, because that could end up being a penalty for Leclerc. I just missed it though, because I was trying to sit down. But there's no front wing left for Verstappen either, so it was Verstappen in third place. Now it's not anymore. He's lost his front wing, and we're dropping down the field like a fly. We'll get a replay of that in a second. Where's Lewis Hamilton though? He's down in 9th place. He hasn't lost too much. But Verstappen, I think, is the worst off from it, because he's now not got a front wing. As he will now be overtaken by this mini pack here. As that incident is already under investigation between the two for causing a collision. I want to see what happened to Bortoleto as well, because he obviously had to pit for something. That's almost contact. There is someone else coming into the pits, I think. No, not again. There's a 2 cut off Tsunoda off as well. Now Verstappen's not got a rear wing either, because joining him is Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda. And who's that off as well? Is that Sainz? That's all of Antonelli's off. Sainz is off. And I knew this was going to happen as soon as people start coming into the pits. I knew it. Unfortunately, I've been proven correct. Oh, for goodness sake. Why do you have to have pit issues every single race? Tsunoda lost his front wing, of course. Stroll's come in, I think, just for a normal pit stop, actually. Oh, goodness me. Where's Antonelli? Is he... Oh, fine, Antonelli's not even got into the pits yet. He's doing summer donuts. Finally... Oh, no. He's gone off again. Goodness sake. I can't lie. I think his front wing's gone from that. It has. As now all he's got going to be a lap down, because here comes Leclerc and everyone else. We'll get replays after the pit sequence, because I want to see what happens. Out of the pits comes one of the RBs. It's Carlos Sainz. A lap down. Is that Behrman in 4th? It is Behrman in 4th. Out of nowhere for the Haas driver. Of course, I mean, people have pitted, so that's probably why, but... Unbelievable. Anyway, I want to see what happened to Bortoleto. Did he have to pit for damage, or was it just a scheduled pit stop? Let's see. It was for damage. For the Brazilian, who actually made it into the pits, normally. Okay, how did he manage that then? Already very far back. Into turn 1. Have I missed it? I have missed it, okay. Good one. Let me just fast forward it from here. Let's see. Oh, it's into the back of the Aston Martin and Drogovic. It was. The two Brazilians have come together, and it's a huge shame for Bortoleto, whose race has been ruined there. Anyway, Charles Leclerc took out his teammate. How did that happen? Probably is the worst time to watching replays, so I can only apologise about that. Was it here? It was. Just outbraked himself and ran right into the back of his teammate. And in comes Max Verstappen to lose his front wing. Let's go on board with Verstappen. What they're like from his perspective. It's just Leclerc running into the back of him. And the boss of the Ferrari will not be happy with Leclerc there. Let's just say that. Verstappen finally makes out the pits. I think he'll be quite way back though. How's everyone else doing? People have obviously pitted. I think Behrman just went off there. Hang on, I want to make sure we can stop it at the right time. There we go. Behrman just went off. Oh no, now that's Ocon as well. I think Double stacking are they potentially? No, it's Drogovic. I thought I saw a Haas car there for some reason. But the pit stops are well and truly underway. I think Ocon might actually be out of the race, you know. While I've been gone. Is he out of the race? He is out of the race. What's happened to Ocon? While I was watching replays, I think he's gone off. Oh, what's happened there? That's not Lando Norris, is it? Don't tell me that's Norris. So as they've all come off, it might be Piastri actually. I think it is OP. Already on a soft, so why is he pitting again? And then, oh, it's just a mess. And that ends Ocon's race, unfortunately. Why it says... Wait, no, that's just 31, never mind. I thought it said 81 for some reason. Anyway, let's go back to watching the leaders. Well, leaders being Leclerc. And that's happened to Ocon, so he's unfortunately out of this race. There's a few people come out a lap down behind Leclerc. Let me just fast forward it. Leclerc comes into the pits now. 10-second time penalty, by the way, I've just noticed come up. He'll be serving that right now for causing a collision with Hamilton. He'll be serving that. And where did he come out? He's still in the lead, actually. I think not having a mess coming... he didn't have a mess coming into the pits. That's massively helped him. How he's managed to manoeuvre the pit entry, no one else has, I don't know. But Leclerc is going to come out, I think, in the lead of the race. He'd be second place to who? Might be that McLaren, you know. I think it is. Let me just get back live. There we go. Who is it? No, it won't be Lando Norris. No, that's Oscar Piastri a lap down. So it's not him. Where's Lando Norris currently? I want to keep an eye on championship leader. 8th place currently. So who leads it? Lance Stroll leads it. Okay, so the man actually right in front of Charles Leclerc is your current race leader. 47 of 83, well over half race distance now. Are we going to see a move for the lead? Where's second place? Oh, third place, sorry. Gabriel Bortoleto. Not too bad, not too far back either. Then we got Tsunoda in 4th. Russell in 5th, currently making 10 points. 8 points for Behrman. And 4 points for Lando Norris. Very good for the Brit. Anyway, I think the drama of the pitting sequence is over. Ocon's been out of the race. How many people are a lap down? So Leclerc is on 48, going through the first corner. Leclerc leads, by the way. He's just taking it off of Lance Stroll. So basically, is that Frederick Vesti? No, it's Albon. So no one's actually a lap down, which is a huge surprise considering the mess we've just had. But Leclerc, despite serving a 10-second penalty, is in the lead of this race. So yeah, I'm going to go for a quick break. I'll see you afterwards. Hello and welcome back to Brazil, where Charles Leclerc is your race leader still from Lance Stroll. We did see a little bit of an almost off just after I went, but he did keep the lead of the race. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton now right at the back actually. So whatever's happened to Hamilton, he's gone from almost winning the race to now right at the back. Unless that was Rafa Kamara, which it could have been. I thought Ferrari though going through this part of the track. So we'll see at the top in a second whether it was Hamilton or Rafa Kamara. Where is Hamilton? I think it should have been 7. It is Lewis Hamilton down to 17th place. Not sure that happened for the 7-time world champion. Is Vessi just got in front of Antonelli? We're almost done this race already. This race has flown by, but I mean it has flown by because it's quite a short race. This one. In the final race ever at the Curitiba circuit before it officially gets closed down once more. Shame to see it go because it has provided some brilliant racing currently. Did they actually start destroying it or not? Not actually sure they did, to be honest. Let me try and find it on Google Maps. I like looking for circuits blindly. These two aren't really doing much, unfortunately. They're just kind of following each other. No, that's not it. They're just not on Google Maps anymore. I'll search up Autodromo. Autodromo Internacional de Curitiba. Oh no, here it is. But when this was taken, actually quite a lot of it has been destroyed already. So they did well to rebuild it. It's a shame, but rest in peace Curitiba, I guess. Big shame to see it go. But how it is, we'll have to wait, because F1 is more important, obviously. Why wouldn't it be? Look at why they got to destroy circuits though, just keep them open. Don't build houses on them, for goodness sake. Anyway. Who's in third place now? Is it still Bortoleto? Sappin 18th now. It's huge. No, it's Snowder in third. That's big. With George Russell in fourth and Behrman in fifth. So Lando Norris still down in 8th place. It will put pressure on the world champion. Reigning world champion, I should say. And he just got in front of Bortoleto. With Gasly, I think, as well. He's still just about in the championship fight. Putting pressure on the Brazilian. As Leclerc moves away from him. He kicks up some grass there. Actually, moves away from Lance Stroll. I think this is the battle to watch, though, between Tsunoda and George Russell. Russell, of course, spun out earlier on, being hit by his teammate. Anthony did get a 5-second time penalty for that, which he has served. But of course, Anthony ended up spinning anyway. So why he's so far back, the Italian. Oh, I mean, he sat far back because of that mess he had in the pit entrance as well. Someone I'm surprised hasn't had a pit-in issue, considering we've had a lot of them, is Liam Lawson, the man who was European season was riddled by pit-in issues. Didn't have an issue last week. His ball Atletico gets overtaken again. And I don't think he's had an issue this week. Where is the Kiwi currently? 6th place, yeah. So, I mean, we still probably have another round of pit stops, but we'll see what happens to Liam Lawson. Home race, of course, next week. Wanting to impress there. As they go up the hill through turn 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Before turn 10 and 11, the quick left-right chicane, kind of. Is it really a chicane? A big chicane. Oversized chicane. I don't know. This ball pleasure actually got back past Jack doing. Obviously his tyres are gone, but he still managed to overtake the Australian, so not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. Of course, wildcard next weekend. Return to Formula One for Shane Van Gisbergen, NASCAR road course legend already. One of the greatest out series I've ever seen. And he's ready to take on in a Red Bull of all cars. Already impressed in 2023, getting pole in a Williams at Moscow before a mediocre performance at Chang International Circuit in Thailand, replacing the injured Logan Sargent for 2 rounds while he was recovering from a crash after the Italian Grand Prix. Not doing too badly is Yuki Tsunoda. Holding on George Russell. 15 points over Norris's 4. So that is 11 points he's going to close in. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, to be a series championship contender. Especially considering it's actually 6 points Norris has currently got, not 4. And it won't be 15 points, it's going to be 12 points in a minute. Because George Russell is trying it into turn 1, but I don't think it's going to work out. No, it won't. Tsunoda is able to hold on. But this battle could be getting feisty. It's how are they going slower on these tyres as they were when they were on hard? I don't know. But George Russell round the outside, currently got the fastest lap is the Brit. That's a good point for him. And Russell up to 3rd place. As it stands, I don't think he'll be taking championship lead, but he'll be very close to it. Very close indeed for the Brit. He kicked a bit of grass there through 10. Then through 11 and 12. George Russell in 3rd place. A big all there for George Russell. And this is what he wants if he wants to close in on Lando Norris. It's very bumpy. I've only just noticed that pit straight. Still Charles Leclerc that leads, by the way. Snowden not putting any pressure on him. And they are closing in, George Russell and Snowden on the top 2. Not by much, but never know. By the closing stage of this race, something could happen. Oh, bless me. I'm cold. I hate them. I mean, who likes cold? It's a bit of a stupid thing to say, really. If you like having a cold, I'd say seek help. It's not fun. Yeah. Anyway. Shoot. Bless me. Shut up. Are we going to see a move? I think Leclerc's dominating, obviously, but as I said before, you never know. They're going through, I think you can just hear them. They're going through turn 4 just. 4 and 5, I think that is. Because apparently this is 2 corners. Am I right or am I wrong? I think I'm right. Curious about. No, turn 4 is the exit of 3. Okay, whoops, I've been calling that corner wrong the whole time. Ugh, for goodness sake. Where's Behrman currently? Are we going to be seeing him at all? There we go. Bit of a gap that he had got to close down. Then we've got Liam Lawson as well. Doing very well. Bortoleto doing well to hold on. One if he'll score some points this race, that would be good for him, obviously. Only point he scored so far this year was that pole point in, where was it? Brazil, no, Australia, at the Bend. Because this season's starting off in Australia, it'll end under the lights at Sydney Motorsport Park. It was meant to hold the season finale last year, but they couldn't get the light. They couldn't guarantee the lights would work, so they ended up going to Bathurst. What a race that was at Mount Panorama, where Norris won a championship over Charles Leclerc. Speaking of Leclerc, the man that was in the championship fight last year, the last 2 years actually, the man who won the championship in 2023, and then almost won it last year as well. Lance Stroll was all over the back of him. Now we're going to see the Canadian win for the first time since 2024 at Laguna Seca at the Californian Grand Prix. It's been almost a year. Actually, I think it is a year this weekend since Stroll last won a race. It was the week after Macau, I remember. And Macau was last week. So, yeah, you never know. Of course, the man who finished second in the Macau Grand Prix is the one that's meant to be racing in Formula 1 next weekend as Leclerc gets pushed off by Stroll. Or was it just him driving off the track? I'm not too sure. But it's Stroll now into the lead of the race with just over 20 laps to go. And those 20 laps will fly by. But it's Lance Stroll now who leads. And now we're going to see Leclerc fight back. We've got the two behind catching up as well. George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda. That's all. Leclerc goes very deep there. Through one, it goes onto the grass. Knocks a tyre, a bundle of tyres. And it's not going well for him, is it? As he tries to reclaim that race lead. Macau last weekend, though. What a weekend it was. TCR World Tour, F4 World Cup. Congratulations, Teofil now on winning the F4 World Cup. I still think Weldon deserved it, but I mean, he crashed in the qualifying race, so can't really say that. And then of course the Formula Regional World Cup being, wait no, Teofil now won the Formula Regional World Cup. Sorry, not the F4 World Cup. What am I on about? Can't remember who won F4, but yeah, Niall won the F4 World Cup, taking it off of Mari Boyer in the closing stages after Freddie Slater dominated it, but crashed out after Boyer overtook him on a safety car restart. As Leclerc now, he's trying to get past Lance Stroll into turn 1. He'll have the inside line, there's a bit of contact, but is he going to get it through turn 3 and then turn 4? No, he won't, and Stroll will have it as they go through 4. But look who's right behind them now, George Russell, and closing in as well, Yuki Tsunoda. So as I sound very ill indeed, so I am, anything of course can happen. How is Anthony doing? He's got Kamara near him. No, he's not got Kamara near him. He's got Frederick Vesti right behind him. Of course, Anthony spun earlier, and since then, since he had that pit lane issue, it's not really been himself. As Hamilton gets past Frederick Vesti, and I think any chance of him winning this race is gone. But he's still not doing too badly. As there's Ocon, of course, out of the race. We've got Albon versus Porsche. Albon's really had a very disappointing season. Can you actually understand what I said there? I feel like I just talk way too quickly sometimes. But yeah, Albon, of course, he won a race last year at Le Mans. And then he won at Monza the year before that. Hasn't really been anywhere, Alexander Albon, this year. It's been a shame. So that huge crash at South Africa, could that have been a potential issue? Might be hurt, maybe, or like injured. I mean, I don't say hurt, but yeah, you never know what's happening with him. As George Russell now is well and truly in this battle for the race lead. There's yellow flags up at the top of the screen, going through the final corner. Has someone gone off, maybe? Maybe someone's trying to pit. I think it would be Gabriel Bortoleto. It must have been him. Probably went off going through the final corner. And it's still Stroll. Where's Leclerc gone? Where's Charles Leclerc gone? 4th. He's still going, but he must have got off there. Tsunoda comes flying into the pit lane. And now he's off and spinning round. What happened to Charles Leclerc? Will Tsunoda make it into the pits? Careful, Yuki. Oh, who's that off as well? It's one of the Alpines. Pierre Gasly, I think. And it looks like we've got a second window of pits. Tsunoda makes it. Is Gasly going to make it? Hopefully. And you know, it's going flying into the pit lane. Kimi Antonelli's next, and Kimi, second time he's done that. That's a shame. And as a Red Bull as well going flying. That is, I think, Max Verstappen. The Red Bull double stacking. And where's he going now, Antonelli? What on earth? Antonelli is currently on the wrong side of the pit wall. It's not ideal. It's George Russell currently needs a Stroll's gone off as well now. So everyone coming into the pit. Is Behrman? No, Behrman's still going. I think George Russell's fine as well. Leclerc's fine. Lawson's fine. I see that's coming out the pits a lap down. I didn't quite see who it was. It's an Alpine. I'm guessing Pierre Gasly. Unfortunately, not on the lead lap. I think Antonelli's out of this race now, by the way. Is Norris, I think, is coming as well, is he? Where's Lando Norris? Norris is stuck as well. So that's any chance of him clawing back the mess that he had at the start gone. Verstappen's not got a rear rig again. So he's obviously had an issue. Antonelli's out of this race. Norris is off, and that is his race over. Because he's stuck there. He won't be coming back from that. Verstappen's gone. He's come out the pits. Leclerc goes wide through the final corner. Leclerc went wide, by the way, when we saw him drop down to 4th. He went wide through 7. Or, no, turn 8, sorry. 8 through 9. And it's now Leclerc from Behrman in 2nd place. Are we going to see them hold on to the end? As everyone else has come into the pits. As Drogovic has just got past George Russell. Then Russell's pitted. Okay, Russell's come in. So Drogovic has stayed out. Vesti stayed out. So this is the best case scenario for someone like Behrman. If he can get past Charles Leclerc and win for the 3rd time this year, that could well and truly throw him as again. Leclerc's gone off through turn 8, and that's not what he wanted. That's the 3rd time he's done that this race. Goodness me, there's more yellow flags out going through the final corner. So who's gone off in the pit lane now? Is that still Fernando Norris? It could be if Behrman comes in, and Behrman absolutely sends it. There's still Fernando Norris stuck there in the barrier. He has still yet to call it quits. There's 2 rear wings there stuck. This isn't what Behrman wanted. Unless he can, I mean, everyone else is doing it. Lawson also came in. Both Ferraris there. I mean, that's Hamilton without a rear wing. That's Charles Leclerc who's come in. So he's added pit stop though, frankly. Is that Rafa Kamara as well without a rear wing? It might be both of them. They've both not got a rear wing. Both Ferraris. The wildcard and the main driver. They've had an issue in the pit lane. Norris is out of this race, I think. Yeah, now Norris is out. Drogovic leads currently, the Brazilian. I'm assuming he'll come into the pit. No, it's Vesti in 2nd place. Leclerc's in 3rd. Lawson in 4th. Piastri in 5th. That Sauber's a lap down. Albon's also a lap down, and so is the V-Carb. Drogovic leads from Frederick Vesti. It's 2 potential Cadillac drivers next year, 1 and 2. Of course, there were rumours of potentially like Bottas or like Perez coming back, but they've both squashed those rumours. They are both definitely retired from Formula 1. Also Magnussen as well, Hulkenberg. They won't be coming back. As into the pits comes Vesti, very late called, and he's now again going off as Drogovic is well off as well. So Leclerc will lead this race. I need to have a quick sip of water because my throat's, if I can feel that going. There we go. So where is 2nd place? Is that Liam Lawson? That is Liam Lawson. He's in 2nd. And with about 15 laps to go now. That'll go by very quickly indeed. Still George Russell with the fastest lap, by the way. So as it stands, Russell will have the championship lead going into the New Zealand Grand Prix. Of course, last time he had it, as Bortoleto tried to unlap himself, or was that Pourchaire? No, it would be Pourchaire, yeah, because Bortoleto's in 7th. Pourchaire unlaps himself. And now it's Leclerc versus Liam Lawson for this race win. As Lawson down the inside into the final corner, and now Lawson leads, trying to win for the first time since since the Japanese Grand Prix of 2023 in a country that he got his first win in. He's the last person to win in Brazil. As he gets back past Teo Porcher, so he goes back a lap down. Porcher fights back though through turn 3 and 4, and behind the trees. He's going to come out in the lead. They're going to come out 3 wide almost. As Leclerc almost get pushed onto the grass. He will go on the grass. Leclerc almost losing the car. He's miles on the grass there. And Leclerc, I think, will still end up going past Portier. So how on earth Leclerc saved that, I don't know. But he is up to second place. He has put Portier up down. I cannot speak, for goodness sake. Who is that in the third, though? That is George Russell. And that is Oliver Bearman. No, it's not. It's Aston Martin. Ignore me. It is Aston Martin a lap down. Where Bearman is, I don't know. Porcher trying. He's got no left end plate on his front wing. He's going to try and do something. Leclerc's going to try and take the lead, though. Going into turn 1. Sainz versus Albon, I think, by the back. There's Bearman just behind them. They're going to try 3 wide again. He almost squeezes Leclerc. There's Lawson. That's going to push Leclerc very far off the track. He knocks over another tyre bundle. And now Porcher unlaps himself. Right now Leclerc's going to be spun around by Russell. And Leclerc's off the track. And that's not what he needed. It's what Russell would have wanted, though. I don't think he did it deliberately, though. I think that was more Leclerc. It's now Lawson loses the front wing end plate, hitting the back of Porcher. Hopefully that hasn't punctured his tyre. But Lawson again puts Porcher a lap down. Russell up to third place. Stroll and Tsunoda both also getting past Charles Leclerc. I want to go on board with Russell and see what happened there. Was that on Russell or was it on Leclerc? Let's see. I mean, Russell. I think it's 6.5 dozen the other that. I don't think he'll get penalised because Leclerc did come on the track a bit dangerously, you got to admit. But does that give Russell the right to punt him off the track? I don't know. But Russell now right behind these lot. Who's that who's done that himself? I think that's the Aston Martin Drogovic. It is, so Drogovic done laps himself. Bortoletto's still a lap. No, Porcher's still a lap down. And the Russell will try and get past him through turn 6. That's a great move around the outside to put the Frenchman a lap down. Is Bearman as well? Is he going to make the move? He is. And Ollie Bearman. No, he's not. Porcher keeps position. No blue flag rules, remember, in Formula 1 nowadays. But Bearman does end up getting past him. And now the top 3. Lawson from Russell from Bearman. Who's in 4th? I think it'll still be Yuki Tsunoda as Vesti gets past Sainz at the top of your screen. And now Russell will take the lead. Russell round the outside. And Russell leads the Brazilian Grand Prix as Porcher gets back past Bearman. He's well and truly in this fight for the win. When he isn't even meant to be. He's a lap down, remember. Stroll, Tsunoda and Leclerc also closing in. We've got 11 laps to go now. This race is almost over. And remember, it's still George Russell with the fastest lap. It's still George Russell with the fastest lap. Talk slower. How many times do I have to say? So that stands 26 points for Russell to Norris 0. Bearman on 15. Tsunoda on, I think... Yes, it's Leclerc got past Tsunoda. I thought I saw him in front. No, he hasn't. So that stands... No, he has got past Tsunoda. So 8 points to Tsunoda. I think Tsunoda's going to win a championship goodbye for this year at least. As Lawson chasing down George Russell. He will still have the championship lead. 13 points he needs. Well, 13 points is the gap. So 40. He'll have to get. If he gets top 3, Russell will lead the championship going into the final round of the season. If he gets 4th, with that fastest lap point he currently has, it will be level on points going into the penultimate round of the season. But it's still Lawson. It's now Lawson who leads. Bearman in 3rd place legitimately, and Lance Stroll in 4th place. Got Leclerc though right behind him, trying to get past him. Leclerc had so many setbacks this race. As Bearman now trying to get past Russell. He needs this position. Does the Haas driver? Is he gonna make it work? Camera work's awful. Fox are doing something. I'm sure I just heard contact. I thought I did anyway. As Leclerc dives down inside through the final corner. That's a textbook Leclerc move for this weekend, and he gets it done. And Leclerc's up to 4th place now. As Russell retakes the race lead. Behrman will try and fight for it as well. Leclerc will try and force his way past Porsche. Never mind, it's nowhere near. Snowder trying to fight past though. And Snowder will be up to 4th place. Already not. They're side by side. And Leclerc will get the move done. Lawson down to 3rd place. He's the only one in this top 3 not in the championship fight. This is what we wanted to see. Unfortunately, Lando Norris not in the fight. But for these lot, it's very good to see Norris out of the race. With less than 10 laps to go now. That's less than 10 minutes left of this race. And it's George Russell leading with the fastest lap. He's the pole position that he didn't get off of coming out this weekend of maximum points and having a huge gap over Lando Norris. As it stands, it will be 13 points. It's a complete swing going from this race to the last one, being 13 points behind going into it. It'll be 13 points going ahead going out of it. Where's Leclerc gone? Oh, he's right there, hiding behind Liam Lawson. I was going to say, he's gone off again, but thankfully not. As Behrman versus Lawson for P2. Leclerc trying to get in this battle as well. Porsche is now completely at the back of this battle, so hopefully he stays out of it from now on. As Leclerc goes wide again through 5. And just as I thought he'd gone off, he has gone off, and he can't get back onto the track. And Charles Leclerc, surely that's any chance of him winning this race gone. That boosts Tsunoda up to 4th, and that's 12 points that he gets. Where are the other 2 championship contenders, by the way? We know where Norris is, he's out of it. Where's Doohan and Gasly and Piastri? Sorry, so it's 3 championship fights. Gasly in 8th, Doohan in 9th, Piastri in... he's 17th, so McLaren not doing great. He's actually just behind the Alpines. A lap down to a lot of the field is Piastri, so obviously something's happened to him. But as it stands, Jack Doohan will be out of the championship fight. It'll be more than 52 points. As Behrman now leads it. So that's 25 points he gets to close on the gap. And that will close it very closely going into the final round of the season. It's a very nice amount of points. Currently 113. I think he's 20... Wait, actually... No, he'll be very close. He'll be like 5 points or something. But it's Diamond. Oh, there's contact there, I thought I heard. Has someone gone off? Snowden's not got a rear wing. Snowden's not got a front wing. And Snowden's gone off. And he'll probably lose it going into the pits he has. And that Snowden's gone. Snowden's out of it. And that could be his championship. Any hope of that goodbye. Because he's now cut out of this battle for the lead. What happened to him? Did he run into the back of someone? I'm not too sure. We'll get a replay in a second. As Russell goes round the outside. 6 laps to go now. Russell back into the lead. Stroll gets past Charles Leclerc. No, Leclerc's caught up to the pack again. So going off the track. Stroll's gone off as well. Where's Lance Stroll? Stroll's also gone off. Oh, shame for Lance. So I've got some replays. Look, Gasly up to 6th place. That's 8 points for him, which is good. Bortoleto impressive in 7th place after I've written him off earlier on. That's Hamilton a lap down. Piastri in this as well, a lap down. But we'll get replays of Snowder and Stroll. You know, let's quickly get a replay. What's Stroll first? What happened to him? Was it contact with Leclerc? He's in 5th place. Gets to the curb and loses it. And that's a huge shame for Lance Stroll. Was it contact with Leclerc though, maybe? I mean, Stroll went deep. And it was the contact that helped it. But the issue was, Snowder's gone off as well coming into the pits. But the issue was with Stroll. He'd already lost the car, so I don't think Leclerc will be getting a penalty for that. And what happened to the Yuki Tsunoda? No, I call him the Yuki Tsunoda. What happened to Yuki? Did he go into the back of Stroll? He did go into the back of Stroll, and that's what lost his front wing and ruined any chance of him winning this race and ruined any chance of him clawing back into the championship fight, unfortunately. That's a lovely noise there. Not. Anyway, we got to go back live. George Russell who leads it. It'll be 4 laps to go at the end of this one. They're catching up to Tsunoda though. Oh, Tsunoda's lost his front wing again. What's happened there? It's a huge off. Tsunoda almost flips the car over the curb. And Tsunoda's getting involved again. He's not got a front wing again. He's now a lap down to everyone. Or to most people. Who did he go into the back of Gasly? Oh, that's Doohan. So that's Doohan championship definitely, because he's had to pit, I think, as well. He's down to 12th place. Or is that just on pure pace? I'm not too sure. But what happened to Tsunoda there? Just quickly rewind. Doohan coming out of the pits. This is for position, by the way, between the two of them. And Tsunoda just ran to the back of him. What on earth happened there? And really unsafe rejoin by Tsunoda, so I wouldn't be surprised if that gets penalised. Won't make a difference to him, as Leclerc was actually leading at the time. So Leclerc, after going off, is yet again near the front of the pack. And we have a very entertaining end to this race. So I want to get live as quickly as possible. It'll be 3 laps to go at the end of this one. And into turn 1, it'll be Russell who leads, yes it will. This is live now. Live footage of Russell, Behrman, Charles Leclerc. Will Leclerc go round the outside? He will go round the outside. It's Lawson as well, getting past 2 into 1. Surely not from Liam Lawson. No, he can't quite. He does get in front of Behrman though. As it stands, Russell will lead the championship. But Lawson goes down the inside into second place. Lawson's going to lead the race, I think. 2 into 1. Liam Lawson leads. Porsche goes off the track. I forgot about him. Stroll is watching on behind. I don't think you have any chance of catching up though. But it's Liam Lawson who leads it. Russell as well. Leclerc cuts up some grass. As it stands, Russell will lead the championship. But he won't now. Or he will lead now because Leclerc's gone wide. Behrman into second place. Russell down to 4th place. As it stands, they'll be level on points. But Behrman in second. Lawson with 2 to go now leads this race. But who will go into turn 1 in the lead? It can be Behrman or Lawson. Will Leclerc try something? Behrman round the outside. Behrman does it. Lawson tries to fight to keep Leclerc behind him. It's not going to work out though. Fox honestly are doing something, I think, to sabotage us. But it's Leclerc in second place. Lawson in third. Russell watch gone in 4th place. And as it stands, it'll be so close going into the final round of the season. 25 for Russell. Behrman, for goodness sake. 25 for Behrman. Leclerc with second place, trying to win for the first time this year and actually give Ferrari a little bit of glimmer going into next year. Russell, as it stands, will be level on points with Lando Norris. We've got 1 lap to go. Will Leclerc get past Behrman? Down the inside? Surely not. It's going to work, is it? He does. And Leclerc leads, going through the final corner. And the white flag will wave. And we've got 1 lap to go here in Curitiba. 1 last lap on this great circuit before it gets demolished as well. And into turn 1. Are we going to see any moves? No, we're not. They're all calm. 2, 3 and 4 as well. All well behaved. And now it's turn 5. Down the end of the back straight. Is anyone going to do it? I think Leclerc's going to hold on, I think, unless he makes a mistake. Lawson trying to fight past Behrman as well. Behrman kicks up some grass. Lawson wants that second place after getting a 3rd place last weekend in Argentina. That'll be 2 podiums in a row if he's able to hold on and keep Russell behind him. And I think he will just about. As Russell gets onto the grass there, and I think that'll get Porsche in front of him, and it will. And now I don't think Russell has any chance of winning it. Behrman, sorry, all of that and Leclerc going through the final couple of corners. Will Behrman send it? Leclerc defends the inside line, and I think he'll do it. For the first time since the US Grand Prix of last year, Charles Leclerc wins the race. He'll win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Porsche goes wide in the final corner. Behrman will be second place, Lawson in third, and George Russell in 4th place. Stroll watches on in 5th place as well. What an end to the race we had there. And in the famous moments for Murray Walker, I'm going to stop because I'm going to throw up. Not throw up, but something, because my throat is not well. Gasly in 6th as well. That puts him on 108. 108? Yeah, I think so. So he is still in the championship fight. Albon finishes in 8th place. How on earth did he manage that with how far back he's been today? Vesti, where's he? He'll be in 9th place. There we go through the final corner. Vesti in 9th. It'll be Drogovic in 10th place. Another a point on his home race for the Brazilian. That's very good for him. And then Science crosses in 11th place. Jack Doohan in 12th. Antonio Portier, of course, a lap down. Already has finished. Goodness me, what a race we had there. What a race we had there. One of the all-time great finishes to a Grand Prix this year. And it's... Oh, okay. I was about to say it's Charles Leclerc that wins. Oh, brilliant. Well, hopefully I haven't got to deal with that pit lane again. Don't know what the issue is, but great. Wow. Championship then. Let's have a look at it. Let's go through results first, actually. Ocon, Antonelli and Championship leader Lando Norris all failing to finish. Tsunoda, Hamilton, Piastri, Kamara, Verstappen and Porsche all a lap down. And then Doohan and Sainz also failing to score. Drogovic gets a point in his home race. Vesti in 9th place. Albon 8th. Bortoleto in 7th place. It's his first points in a Grand Prix this season for the replacement driver for Sauber. Gasly in 6th place. He keeps the championship hopes. What's the word? Distant championship hopes alive. Stroll in 5th place. Russell in 4th. Lawson in 3rd. Behrman in 2nd. And Charles Leclerc, for the first time since the US Grand Prix just over a year ago, he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. The championship, what is the championship looking like then? I'll just list the championship contenders coming into this race. Doohan in 7th place. He is on 94 points. That is officially a championship over. 52 points. Wait, actually, is it? 43 plus 6. I think he's just... No, yeah, it's 49 point the gap. So he is just about by 3 points in the championship fight. So, Doohan is actually still in it. I doubt he'll win it, because he has to win both races, and hope the other lot don't score. But you never know, he's there from fantasy. 6th place is Gasly on 108 points. Then we've got Piastri, 5th place is Piastri on 107 points. 4th is Tsunoda on 107 points. 4th is Gasly on 108 points. 3rd is Behrman. These are the 3 now. I think they're definitely in the championship fight. 3rd, Behrman on 131 points. 2nd, George Russell on 143 points. And then Lando Norris still keep the championship lead on countback. It's 143 points for Norris. They are level on points going into the penultimate round of the season at New Zealand in 2 weeks' time. I'll give you your timings for that one. Can't set your alarm for it, I have to say, unfortunately. But qualifying is at 3 AM UK time, 4 PM local time. And then the Grand Prix at 2 AM UK time on the 7th of December, 3 PM local time. Of course, meant to be a sprint race. Unfortunately, that was cancelled. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. Highlands Motorsport Park is a great circuit in the New Zealand Grand Prix. It'll be the 69th and a half New Zealand Grand Prix, of course. 69th New Zealand Grand Prix was this year. 70th is next year. But the F1 race will be the 69th and a half, because normally they do it for Formula Regional Oceania. But anyway, I'll see you for that one. Goodbye.